Everybody said ill-cursed eyes sat on a coastland. This was a boarding school. The building was bright white, with tall windows that caught the sun. Teachers taught well in this school. Students wore neat uniform. At first, people laughed at the rumors spreading around the school. They said it happened in every old boarding school. They said senior told stories to scared naughty juniors, but then the truth came out. One by one, students began to vanish. Every morning, the principal, Mr. Obidike, walked into the assembly. His shoe clicked to the polished floor. He spoke in a calm voice. Another student had transferred. We wish them the best, he said, like he meant it. Students stared at the floor. They felt a cold chill inside as the principal spoke. Many wondered why no one ever said who those students were, why he never mentioned their name, and he never paused to explain. But at night, Ilchrist changed. The dawn became too quiet. A single mosquito bruise sounded. Students laid in their bed, eyes open, staring at their silly fan. The hall seemed longer than they should be. Dull creek without wind, and in near spot field stood a great mango tree. In the daylight, it looked gentle. At night, it was monstrous. Shadow curled around it like snake, and a strange feeling paused whenever a student walked past. Rumors spread fast. They say the students who transferred were not always lonely or bullied. Some were brilliant, some asked hard questions, some stood up to the bullies. Many knew that those who vanished were last seen near the mango tree, often at night, talking to someone, a girl. She was not in the class list. She was very pale. Her eyes glowed in the dark. She came only at night. They call her Adeora, the principal's third daughter. Mr. Obidike always claimed he had two daughters, Chidima and Ifunaya. Chidima was the head girl, while Ifunaya sang in the school choir each Sunday. Her voice sounds like bird. Everyone loved her. But Adeora, no one saw her in the daylight. No one believed she existed. Yet, every week, someone went missing. It began with Uche, a quiet SS2 boy who stuttered when he spoke. Though he loves to read, but he is a slow writer and a slow reader. Other students teased him and called him slow writer. Uche never fought back. He just kept reading. One hot afternoon, Uche left class with his books. He told no one where he went to. That evening, students at the dorm bancoli heard a lullaby drifting through the air. It was soft but strange. No one recognized the words. They listened as the humming grew louder. When they peeped out, they saw Uche. He knelt down behind the mango tree. His hair tilted. He spoke to someone they couldn't see. A tall figure in white stood beside him. Her head formed glowing faintly. Her hair was long. Her eyes were too pale. Uche stared at her, no fear in his eyes, as he rose and walked beside the dark with that girl. By sunrise, Uche was gone. His bed was empty. His book was still on the desk. His uniform went missing. At the assembly, Mr. Obidike spoke. Uche has transferred to another boarding school. Let's wish him well. He smiled, as if he had a good news. But a small tear was on his shirt. No one noticed as he turned away. The next week, it was Inimka's turn. Inimka was a girl in SS1. She refused to let bully push her around. She spoke up for the weaker students. She tried to join every club, drama, debates, the school newspaper. Suddenly, one evening, she vanished from the hostel. Students said they heard someone crying near the mango tree. A friend, Ada, she saw Inimka talking to the ghost girl just before she left. By morning, Inimka's bed was empty. No call came, no explanation. Mr. Obidike announced Inimka had transferred. We wish her success. Then Ikenna, a star debater, began to ask too many questions. Teachers liked him. They praised him for his quick mind and his brief speeches. But one night, he disappeared. Classmates heard him practicing debates under the mango tree. They saw the pale girl again, standing beside him. The next morning, he was gone. The principal's announcement came in as usual. Ikenna had transferred. In just a month, 3 students vanished. The rumor grew into fear. They called it the third daughter curse. Teachers said it was superstition. Parents called and demanded reasons. The board of government met in closed doors. They found nothing, no proof, no crime scene. At this time, a new student arrived. Her name was Chinaza. She moved from Enugu after her parents had died in a car crash. She was 16, but she looked older because her heart carried pain. Chinaza stayed in a small room on the second floor of the girls' hostel. On her first night, she heard a hushed whisper about the missing student. She felt uneasy. She felt the school hid secrets deeper than the ground. During the day, Chinaza would keep herself in the school library reading. She read all types of stories about ancestors, stories of spirits, ghosts. She read about old ritual stories. At night, she scrolled through her phone, looking for any mention of Adeora. Some older students posted some rumors on WhatsApp group. One said, the ghost girl offered comfort to the hurting students. Another said she led them to safety, but never returned them to their families. But no one knew the full truth. One afternoon during prep time, Chinaza spotted Chidima along by the window in the study hall. Chidima sat with her textbook. She looked worried. As Chinaza approached her quietly, do you have another sister? Chinaza asked gently, resting her hands on Chidima's desk. Chidima's eyes flicked to her sister Ifunaya, who sat a few feet away. Ifunaya saw Chinaza and shook her head. Chidima took a deep breath. It's just me and Ifunaya, she replied. There is no third sister. But everyone talk about Adeora, Chinaza said softly. Chidima's face went pale. Her hands were trembling, and her voice came out small. Stop it, you don't want to know. Chinaza nodded, but kept watching Chidima's face. She sensed fear, not anger. That night, Chinaza stayed awake. The hostel lights were off by 9. Only a few bulbs flickered in the hallway. Chinaza opened her window. A cool breeze blew in, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant mango blossom. She heard a soft cry under the mango tree. She put on her sandal and grabbed her torch and rosary. She climbed out of the window and landed on the grass. Her heart pounded, but she walked through the tree. There was Adeora, pale as moonlight. Her torn white dress floated as if they were blown by a phantom wind. Her eyes glowed faintly, like coal in the dark. Adeora head turned slowly. She smiled sad and wide. You came, she whispered. Her voice echoed in the air. Chinaza swallowed. Who are you? She asked, voice trembling. But she stood her ground. Adeora floated closer. I was born here, she said. I was the tall child, Adeora BDK. I died here. My father offered me as a sacrifice to keep the school famous. Chinaza's heart twisted. You died? Adeora nodded. My father made a patch. He wanted the school to shine. They told him I alone would sacrifice the requirements, but it wasn't enough. The spirit cried for more blood. Chinaza took a deep breath. You mean other students? Adeora pale eyes glowed brighter. Yes. After they took my life, they began to take theirs. Bright student, curious one, and the brave one. They all vanished. My father told everyone they transferred. He gained awards, funding, and national praise, all built on our blood. Chinaza shivered. Why do you roam around here? To bring justice, Adeora said. To save what is left of their soul. They come to me, broken by bullies or fear. I promise them safety. I guide them away from the evil, but I cannot break the curse alone. Chinaza's throat went dry. She held onto her rosary tightly. What can I do? Adeora reached out her fingertip, brushing Chinaza's hand. A cold pulse ran through Chinaza's palm. Find the truth, show it to all, and stop my father. At dawn, Chinaza went back to the library. She told her closest friend, Kosi, Amaka, Amara, everything she saw. They were stunned. They all believed in Chinaza. They knew something terrible was happening. That morning at break, they sneaked into the old record room, behind the old staff room. The door was locked with rusted padlock, but they were able to open the door with the help of a needle. They slipped inside. Rows of dusty file lined in the wall. Cobweb hung. Rusty fan bruised overhead. Amara pointed her torch on the fan corner. A first wall panel stood slightly opened. Behind it was a leather-bound book, stained dark red. Chinaza breath caught. She opened the cover. The pages were written in shaky hands, in red ink. They saw names and dates. Each page had a ritual symbol drawn in black. Next to each name was a date of disappearance. On the opposite page, there were photos, pictures of students who had vanished. There was Uche, Inemka, Ikene, and Somtochukwu, and more other students. Their hearts sank. Kosi snapped photos on her phone. Chinaza copied down names in her notebook. Amara sketched the symbols on the pages. Suddenly, the door creaked. Someone tried the handle. Kosi froze. Hurry up, she whispered. They shoved the book and photos in Chinaza's bag. The door opened. It was Mr. Emeka, the janitor. He glared. What are you children doing here? He whispered fiercely. Just looking for history. Chinaza lied. Mr. Emeka's eyes flashed. Then he nodded towards the door. I know what you guys are trying to do. You can go quickly. I would not say anything, Mr. Emeka said. The four girls ran back to the hostel. Fear drove them. They knew the ledger would break the curse, but they knew that Mr. Obidike would try to stop them. That evening, Chinaza and her friend decided to act during assembly. The following morning during assembly, the principal had an announcement as usual. Chinaza felt her heart pounding beneath her blazer. She gripped the book in her bag. She glared at Kosi and Amara. They nodded. Mr. Obidike stepped to the podium. His shoe clicking. Good morning, he began. We have the news of another transfer. The students groaned. Some rolled their eyes and others looked fearful. Chinaza stood up. Every eye turned to her. She swallowed hard and raised her voice. Stop! This school is cursed. He's the one behind it. Taps echoed. Mr. Obidike paused. Students watched as Chinaza removed the ledger from her bag and held it up. This book holds the name of every student you have sacrificed. She shouted. You fed our blood to some dark spirit in exchange for fame and success. A huge panic fell. Mr. Obidike's face went pale. He opened his mouth to speak, but the light overhead flickered. Shadow danced on the wall. Then slowly, Adeora appeared at the edge of the stage. Everyone gasped. She floated forward. Her dress trailed like mist. Her pale eyes glowed. Her hair drifted around her head like smoke. Father, she said softly, but her voice rolled through the hall like thunder. You traded my life for your pride. You traded theirs too. Mr. Obidike knew buckled. No, this is impossible. Adeora's eyes burnt brighter. Look at your ledger. Look at their faces. She held out her hand. The ledger flew to her hand tip. It opened to a page where names shone in red ink. Students shrank backward. Some screamed. Teachers gasped. Mr. Obidike stepped backward. Adeora looked at Chinaza. I gasped softly. Thank you for finding the truth. Then she turned to her father. Your reign hand now. Mr. Obidike screamed, clutching his head. He fell to the ground. His staff rushed forward. But Adeora raised a pale hand. No, she whispered. He must face the true justice. Police siren wailed outside. Light from the patriot car flashed through the window. Students watched as officers entered and led Mr. Obidike away with handcuffs. He screamed, begging for mercy, but no one listened. The next morning, the whole school was shocked. News camera gathered outside the gate. Parents arrived, demanding answers. Mr. Obidike was charged with ritual murder, conspiracy, and abuse of minor. He faced life in prison. But the dark spirit owed him ill crystal. Students felt uneasy walking the corridors. Teachers hesitated to hold classes. The board of government closed the school indefinitely. That evening, religious leaders from every faith came to cleanse the campus. Priest Benedict sprinkled holy water around the whole school. Students gathered on the field, holding candle and praying with faith. As the prayer rose, the ground under the mango tree glowed faintly. A warm breeze swept through. The night turned still. No one heard creaking doors, no footsteps in the corridor. Chinaza and her friends were so happy that they were able to stop Mr. Obidike. With Mr. Obidike gone, and the school being shut down, parents decided to relocate their children. Students boarded buses to the new school. Teachers took leave. The gate of Christ Hill closed for good. 1 year later, Chinaza returned for a final visit. She wore a simple white dress and carried a small bouquet of yellow flowers. She stood where the mango tree once stood. She placed the flower at the base and whispered a prayer. Thank you so much, Adeora. Thank you for saving us all. I will never forget your sacrifice. This is the end of the story. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And to all our returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. Don't forget to like and comment. Bye.